Welcome to It's Lit Book Reviews. You are tuning in for the Wheel of Tom.
No, I thought I heard him say "oh no" or something right before he froze. So I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Wait, can you guys see me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you, dude.
Bro, the thing happened. I mentioned it to Tom. I don't know if you were on, Jesse.
No, I told him to
Tom informed me.
Dude, it's never happened while we're recording ever. It always happens when we edit. And dude, I don't know if you heard me. I was like, "Oh, come on," because I could still
I
hear you
heard
guys
something.
for probably 30 seconds. That's the thing is my screen goes black, but I can still hear you for 30 seconds, and then my PC never turns off. I have to like force turn it off. God, I hate technology, man.
Gotta love it. Well, we're back. The shadow continues to rise in all of our lives.
Trying to bring us down right now.
I know, dude. Ballsman trying to get us. So, all right, I gave it 5 stars. I guess we should say without spoiling things. I mean, to me, what stood out the most, or what I guess why, because I love this book throughout. There was really no point where I thought it might just be a 3 or a 4 star. I felt pretty confident throughout. I was like, man, I love this book. It might be my favorite of the series. And part of it for me was just the pacing in general. Like there's no slog in this book at all. I mean, I just thought it was so, like, did you feel the same way, Andrew?
Yes, I'm trying to be fair and not like, I'm trying to think of what could be a negative. Like if I'm going to try and not formulate and make one up, but instead of just being such a bandwagoner, because like I can just so easily be like, oh, that book was perfect. Mm-hmm. And then look back and be like, oh, wait, I totally missed these like obvious things. I mean, I feel like, yeah, for the most part, it's like action in all, 3 little realms, you know. Well, I almost kind of spoiled it, but I mean, essentially you have groups go off at like 3 different groups since we're staying on spoilers for right now. And each 3 like has something very major that's happening. I wouldn't say it's not like at all slow. Sometimes I think learning about the IEL culture, I think is fascinating, but I think if you're not into world building, it may slow you down maybe. But I do think I'm trying to just think of like a negative, but for us, especially like Jesse and I mean, especially you, Jesse, he loves world building. So like, I could see where you wouldn't see.
Yeah, even the slowed down parts were not like every interaction to me was so good. Like I just loved the interactions of the characters starting to cross paths, cultures crossing paths. I'll eat that up. I loved it.
Yeah. What do you think, Tom?
No, I think you're right. I think if you're somebody who has just been reading the series, and honestly, to be this deep into these books that are this long, but to not be like fully in on it, I could definitely see how some of this, like, man, I was just getting used to the world we were kind of already in, and now we basically went to another planet. I mean, it's not a different planet, but it feels so different. Like the culture, the environment, everything about this people is so different that if you're not already like super invested and care about like the characters or what's going on, and you've just kind of more been casually going through this, I could definitely see how some of the IEL stuff, you're like, this is Dune, but not done the same way. Like you could definitely be like, wow, he read Dune when he was a kid, and here we are, we're back.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I will say this is too where you almost have to start looking at the glossary. Like after this book, this is where like there's so many characters now to where it's really tough.
The
like,
characters
there's even more that get
are out of control.
Yeah, there's more that get introduced, and there are more that like you actually probably should like at least remember this person for now. Yes. Like they're not just your person in passing. So this is where for sure I think once you're at this book, if you didn't like this book, you probably shouldn't keep reading. But I could see where I can't really remember 5 and 6, but Jesse, what do you think? Like after reading book 4, like where are you at investment wise for Wheel of Time?
Oh, dude, I'm locked in for sure. I'm like, when we finished book 3, I thought we might get halfway through this series before the end of the year. After finishing book 4, I'm thinking I might finish this series this year.
There's a possibility,
because it's just so good, man. And Robert Jordan just yet again levels up, and part of it's built in. Not to say it's any less difficult for a writer to pull it off, but part of it's because you have been in 3 pretty sizable books along with these characters, and you're starting to see some real growth, some real payoff. Like the culmination of certain moments in this book is so satisfying to me. Even when it's not necessarily a good thing happening to a character, he builds everything up so well that the payoff is just perfect. And again, dude, this is where as well, and we talked about this a bit earlier, Andrew, where, I mean, we're 4 books in. There's 5 books to Stormlight. Now, obviously, the arc of the narrative is you're in a much different place by the end of book 5 of Stormlight than we are right now. We're still much earlier, I'd say, in the progression of things with Wheel of Time. But comparatively, the thing that really starts to shine even more, like comparing the two, is just the writing. Like Robert Jordan's like ability to set a scene is unparalleled in fantasy, in my opinion. Like I'm the type of person that sometimes gets annoyed when you spend like 2 or 3 paragraphs telling me about the mountainside that's 350 yards behind what's going on. Like I don't need to know. But when Robert Jordan does it, it just lands for me.
Dude, I'm so glad you say that, because I also have that same thing where I'm like, I don't need to know how dark this cave is. This, like, dude, it's been 3
Right.
pages. I get it's really dark,
You
but
can't see.
but for some reason, when Jordan does, like, because he does almost have this like repetitive thing in his writing, especially with specific people and like quirks that they have. But then, so he'll have that, and then on top of that, he'll also be like super detailed about like what people are wearing and what's going on. And it's so many things that like should probably annoy me some. And it does a lot of people. Like one of the big complaints is that especially that repetitive nature. None of it bothers me in these books. It just works like on a level that it, like, I don't know if I've read another writer who writes like that and it works as well.
And I would argue for most readers that repetition is often necessary, because sometimes he repeats something. I'm like, thank God, because I would not have remembered who this person was.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's so helpful.
It's very helpful.
Well, the world is so big too. Like everything's unique. Like and I think that's a part of like the repetition too. Like he's analyzing like, oh, not that it's a spoiler, but like we see more of Tanchico in this book, and it's like, what's Tanchico? But now, like after reading this book, like even if you can't point to it on the map, like there's like some little things that you now pick up about the vibe there that's totally different than like Tarvalin or like the Isle Waste. Like it's just he paints like a picture. I think it's because he's not doing it like broad strokes. He like focuses in on like little details. So then it's like maybe I can't picture what this city looks like, but I can get like a feel of it almost in a way, like just with how the people are and stuff. But that's the thing, is like this book is where you're like, wait, this world is, he's like going to actually probably explain like every inch of this world and not like leave anything unturned. Whereas like in other like fantasy series, you know, it's like, oh, well, that's that neighboring country. And it's like, we'll get a sentence or two about them. But like, you could tell Robert's like, oh, don't worry. We'll get there, and I'll know some sort of detail about what they eat with or something that sticks with me. And that's how now I know they're different, you know. It's just that's what I think he does so well that makes it feel like truly like epic fantasy. Like I'm almost just going on this journey because I'm actually getting a slice of like each little culture for like a big portion of it.
Yeah. It's the kind of writing and world building that for me makes me want to start looking into the author himself, because you can tell, like, dude, I don't know how I couldn't do it, but the way people can build distinct, unique cultures and make it recognizable in the story to the point where an event happens and you can start to go, okay, the Aiel are going to act like this, the Tinkers are going to think this way, like this is how it's probably going to pan out. That's just, I mean, it's immaculate in this, and all he needs to do is write an Elvish language, and you know, it's the same thing Tolkien did. That's what it feels like, but just on a more epic, like maybe not more epic, but a longer, more filled out scale.
Yeah. Have you heard him at all, Jesse, or either of you guys, like Robert Jordan, like any of his interviews? He has one at the end of the audiobook. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've listened. So I've listened to that one 15 times for at the end of each book.
Yeah,
I wouldn't skip it. But other than that, maybe like bits and pieces of one other interview.
Yeah.
So
he seems pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah, he does.
Anyway, are you ready to?
Yeah, I mean,
spoil this up.
Yeah, I don't know what you're here for if you're watching this, but if you're on book 4, definitely read it. It's awesome. I would probably agree. If you don't like this one, I mean, you'd know best, Tom, but what would you say to someone who reads this and was like, I didn't really like this?
Yeah, so the conventional like wisdom that people always say is to get to at least book 4, which is like a huge ask, and it's ridiculous to like ask somebody to read 4,000 pages of a series to see if they like it. But if you
Right.
don't like it by this point, like I don't like it doesn't change to something different than what's been going on. Like
Yeah.
it gets deeper into what it has already established and continues to build on that, but it's not going to all of a sudden change. Like the writing doesn't change. Like
Yeah.
it's just more of Wheel of Time. And yeah, if you're this far in and you're like wanting to be out, like yeah, be out.
Yeah.
You heard it here first on the Wheel of Time. The Shadow Rising book 4 in the Wheel of Time is ITLA certified. We're gonna spoiler talk, so if you don't want to hear what happens in this book, check out now. Before we get actually into specific spoilers, I don't want to forget to ask you this, Tom. Am I allowed to read the prequel book yet, or should I still wait?
I think you should wait. Yeah.
Okay,
wait.
like wait till the end.
No, you don't have to wait till the end, but definitely not after this book.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna keep asking you that every time I finish one of the books.
And I won't even say which book you can read it after because I feel like it will try to pinpoint you on which book it is. So just know that yes, there is a point where you can read it.
Okay.
I read them in publication order, so it comes out like super late in the publication order. That's when I read it. But there is somewhere you can slot it in if you want to before then.
Fair enough. Okay, let's spoil away. I mean, Andrew, you finished it most recently. What's sitting heaviest on your heart at this moment?
I mean, obviously it ends with the IO waste, and well, kind of with Rand, zapping back and forth. You find out that Asmodene has been with them all along. Him and Lanfear and Asmodene have been there the whole time, and now, like, essentially, he's got someone who can train him. So I mean, you're like, all right. So our boy's already kind of been doing reckless stuff. So surely he doesn't get any more powerful. But that happens, and then obviously he kind of spills the beans on the Aiel thing to prove that
was huge.
Casa, I forgot his name. Kalandor? No, Kalandor's sword.
Couladin.
There it is. There's the pool.
It's like a much savvier version of Kaladin.
Exactly. But that was crazy. I mean, I'm trying to think of like the biggest turnaround shock for me. I think Mogadine is like the coolest. Like, even though that's probably my least favorite, the Tanchico like thing going on there, just because I hate her name. Nynaeve, dude. I'll never be able to say it. And I think you
can just call her the Wisdom if you want from now on.
I kind of like Nynaeve in that way, where I'm just willfully blocking myself off from the true way of saying her name, unless I get pissed. But the Mogadine scene is so cool to me.
Yeah.
When her and Nynaeve fight, but then also before, when she comes in and like erases their memory, and you're like, wait, you can do that? It just kind of shows you like the next level, which I mean, I guess she kind of gets owned by Nynaeve, but that's what I feel like I'd forgotten, that once it happened again, I was like, oh yeah, like that happened, and that was cool. What was yours?
That was very cool. All right, Tom. Now you're probably gonna have to be very careful here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go back to chapter 26 because I remember what chapter it is.
Okay.
Did I or did I not? While Rand was going back and forth through time, did I or did I not see some sort of spaceship or a hovering vehicle of some sort?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that had me tripping.
Okay.
That was crazy.
So I'm going to try to be really careful because like the Wheel of Time has a lot of hints in it about the history of this world. So like, like the story is always like the wheel keeps going, blah, blah, blah. This is the third age. It was an age, the third age, whatever. Like it's very cyclical. And we know that like this has happened basically again and again and again. And there's like a past that we don't know. There are a lot of hints of like what happened before the breaking of the world and like all this kind of stuff that I don't even know if I want to say what it is, but it's like kind of a spoiler, but it's kind of not, but it's like deep, like Wheel of Time lore. And so people who have like read the rest of the series, like know what I'm talking about right here, but I can't remember when some of that becomes more prevalent. So I don't want to say too much.
I mean, I totally missed it 2 reads. Jesse brought it up after I'd read it the second time and I still missed it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude,
what
I,
are you
I
talking
Well,
told. So here's what's
dude,
funny, Tom, is Andrew literally you read it before me. This was the one where you said, dude, when you read chapter 26, let me know.
dude,
And I thought it was this that he was talking about. But he was talking about the fact that it's dropped that the
Yeah,
IEL used to follow the way of the leaf originally.
yes, that's
So
the
he
big
was
reveal.
like, so the IEL? And I was like,
he like
not
wasn't even
really.
bringing
I'm
up
thinking
the
of the
IL.
spaceships.
Yeah.
That was crazy, but I mean, that just kind of goes to show you what one measly little chapter, not even 400 pages into the book, will do to a man. Because it had me
Yeah.
tripping.
I mean,
Yeah.
you had to be locked in on that though, like
Well,
especially
man,
upon first read, because
Oh,
you're like,
dude, it's
what's
so
actually
quick.
happening? For you to
dude,
realize, oh, he's going like one ancestor at a time back. Like it took like 3 ancestors for me to be like, what's happening here again?
Yeah.
that whole sequence. So that's the thing I think about the most of this book. Like I actually forget that like the Mogideon fight is in this book. I thought it was in the next one actually, but like that is the thing that like sticks with me more than anything. Is that chapter like broke my brain. I remember reading it and being like so confused that I was like, what just happened? Like I legitimately like was so lost and had no idea. Like I think I got halfway through. Like I don't normally like do this, but like I think I got halfway through that and was like, nah, we gotta like restart. We gotta
Yeah.
go back. We gotta figure
Did
out
you
what is
audible only
happening.
this?
Yes, I
Or did
did.
you
No, I
dude,
audible
how?
on.
Dude, how? I don't know how you did it, man. Cause
Dude,
dude, if I don't have words to see, especially because there's so many names, dude, I don't know how you comprehended anything that's happening. I mean,
maybe I didn't as well as I thought, but especially this is definitely one of those moments in the series where I was like,
listen twice.
I was like, man, I'm not sure I got all that.
Yeah.
I hope a lot of that wasn't too important, which is hilarious because it's extremely important.
It seems important. It seems
It
very
seems,
important.
I'm pretty sure that's one of those ones where I was like, it's one of those books where as soon as I was done with it, I was like trying to very carefully like check Wikipedia and like watch some videos on it to like see.
Dangerous.
It's such a dangerous
See, that's
game.
what's
So,
tough, man. You
yeah,
can't, if
That's
in my
cannot.
position, I can't do that because I was thinking that literally, oh, I should look up what actually happened here. But I know if I did that, it would explain that whole
Oh yeah.
piece of the story to me
And not
immediately.
only would it explain that, it would explain all of the things that are tied to it from later on in the series. So it's like
Yeah.
you got to get it from
Yeah.
because my burning question to both of you this time around was how much of that did you even understand?
Yeah.
Like that was the question I was bringing for us today was how much of the acid trip through Royadian did you guys actually get? Because I know I did not get as much as I was supposed to for sure.
I know second read, I feel like one of the things that I missed is, and I can't even remember if the next couple books it's talked about, I think it is, obviously the IEL did something to break, like I think it's something with the Aes Sedai where they were supposed to hold up some sort of end of a bargain to the Aes Sedai and they didn't. And I've lost what that is. And I think in the book right now it's being proposed though as like the Aes Sedai have betrayed them. But I want to, like, from reading the Ruidon thing, I'm pretty sure like they did something to the. I'm not. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm pretty sure. I don't want to like, but it's like that's what I'm. For some reason, I feel like it's some sort of promise the IEL made to them, which I know we talked about it, Jesse. Like they're bringing out like the angry alls,
Yeah.
and so maybe that's like part of it. But I think there's something more that like just hasn't been revealed yet fully. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, there
That's
was one
my
piece
guess
where
right
one
now.
of the IELs said, like, we've already left some of them behind. So I didn't know if it was something where the promise broken was they didn't keep all of the Tangrial, Angrial, whatever. But then I was like, I think the promise was before they gave them all these things, though. So I'm not sure if that's actually the promise they broke or if that's just another thing.
Well, and is that why they do the Way of the Leaf? Like, where does that come from? Is it because the Aes Sedai can protect them? Like, it doesn't make
Dude,
sense.
I don't know. But somebody's really going to have to explain the way of the leaf more clearly for me to understand why in this world you would do that. Because nobody else is living the way of the leaf, and you're getting killed if you live that way. But I'm excited to learn more about it.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think you're supposed to understand all of that in this book. I'm pretty sure you get some more in later books about some of that stuff.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I mean, but dude, so many things happen that I just don't
Well,
have
should we
answers. But also to
start where it
answer,
starts off? Or yeah,
Well, to answer your question fully, Tom, I think there were things I probably missed through that fever dream as well, but I bet you I got more out of it than Muradin did. Chang. He's the IEL that's like scratching his eyeballs out by the end of it.
What a deep cut. You had to write his name down. There's no way you remember it.
No, I have chapter 26 open.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
I had to
wow,
go
that's
find it.
impressive.
Who's that again? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, I
it's
mean, we can start from the top if you want. I don't. How does
Well,
this
it's
book
just-
even start?
it starts in tier after the
Yeah.
that whole deal, which the whole scene with Lanfear in the beginning, I thought happened in the previous book. So when that didn't happen in book 3, I was like, wait, what? So Lanfear ends up kind of showing more of like her intentions of what she's about, I feel like, in this book. Like, do you feel like you have a better understanding, Jesse, of Lanfear than before? I mean,
No,
now
and
obviously
I
I'm
hate
not
to
saying
be this. I hate that this is what I got from it, but I know that when she takes on her true form, her boobs are bigger. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't really get much else from what.
That's an important
what's
detail
going
to
on?
remember, apparently.
Yeah. Well, no, she's gonna help Rand because she wants.
Yeah,
them
she wants him to
be-
learn so that they can. And by the end of it, you learn that she wants to combine those two, each
Andrew
side of
also.
the DS controller, so that they can take over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But that does bring me to tier. One of the coldest moments in the book was when Rand slams Calidor down into the ground. And he's
Yeah.
basically like, I wish somebody would try to come get this thing. That was so cold to me.
That is.
I love that part.
The
And I
fact
love
that he
how
has two
Rand,
swords.
I mean, yeah, dude, he has one that he can just pull out like
Shard
it's a
blade.
shard blade. And then he
Yeah.
also has the sword that's not a sword. But Robert Jordan does such a good job of like most of your POVs with characters like Rand, Perrin, or Matt. When they're just like walking around and going through the motions or whatever, they're so unsure and insecure and like not knowing what they need to do. But when it comes down to an important moment, they just absolutely sack up. I mean, Matt starts screaming in a different language, and they just do what needs to be done. And Rand putting Calendar, I don't fully understand why he did that. I think it's partially because of maybe the trap that he set. I don't know. He wants somebody to pick it up, but it was just so cold, dude. He took his best weapon, his surest, way of survival, and just said, "I wish somebody would try to steal it while I'm gone." That's so cold, dude.
That is.
Rand Timothy.
He is.
Am I right?
The aura, right? That's what people are saying now.
The aura, dude. And
The
speaking of
aura.
Rand's aura, I meant to say it earlier, and again, I say this. We say this every time.
Oh
I hate
yeah, we
jump
were talking
around a
about this
bunch.
early on.
Well, dude, I was just gonna say at the end when he is having his whole thing where he breaks it down for the IEL, and Couladin is trying to say that he's the Dragon Reborn. That I was picturing Timothy Chalamet, Paul Atreides,
Dude, I was too.
with the Fremen before he
Yes.
takes them on to take on the Emperor. I mean, that was
I
that
was-
scene. It felt like a little different, but it felt that way.
It did.
Yeah, same vibe for sure.
I literally read that not long ago, and I was like, I didn't remember it being like kind of in like a dome, like an enclosed, like underneath cliff. Like at least
Mhm.
that's how I was picturing it. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't whispering Lisan Al Gaib while reading
Dude.
that part.
God, that's such a hard line, dude. It's hard not to just get hype
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
after the
Um,
adaptations come out. God, what a time. No, but I mean,
So-
essentially, Rand has so many women now just throwing themselves over him. Because at the beginning of this book, Lanfear, and then also Barrelane, and then Elaine, it's like, dude, must suck, dude. That's what Jesse and I were talking
terrible.
about. Must suck to be the literal chosen one.
He's got it
have
rough
so
for sure.
many-
Every time he's anywhere, the most beautiful woman in the room is just staring at him, and then
Yeah.
walks into his room afterward. Is like, "Do you want to have kids?" And he's just like, "No, I want to talk to Lanfear." It's just like, all right, bro. But yeah, dude, and I'm pretty sure he's got his third hoe for the full Trinity. I think it's Elaine, Min, and Avienda. I mean, I got to be right, dude. It's got to be. It's her, dude. I'm feeling it. I can see what Robert Jordan's putting down. Moraine. No, dude. Rand would never. Actually, he would, bro. He's so dumb. He probably would.
He probably would.
Uh,
Oh man, Perrin's with his girl with Fael. I mean, his whole
That came out
story
of
was
nowhere.
crazy. He was so ready to die. I'm
This
so
is-
tired of that.
Dude, Perrin's whole storyline. This is definitely something that I thought happened way later, like in the next couple of books. I didn't realize all of that happens like in this one.
I don't.
Oh yeah.
Is it the next one, Tom? Or it's either this next one or the next one, bro. You don't see Perrin for 1,000
Ooh,
pages.
yeah, it's one of the next two, I think. Yeah.
And I think that's why you're referring to that, because I thought the same. I didn't realize it was this book either. There's a book where it's like you have, and I think it's the next one, because it's like, oh, Perrin's so sick, his arc is awesome, and then it's just
Yeah, there's a couple. Isn't there one where Matt's also like completely gone too?
I see.
I
I
can't
haven't gone
remember.
too far, so I don't know. But it's
Yeah.
There's so many storylines now. That's where I feel
That's
like
kind
the
of that's
downfall
where
ends up happening.
it's almost
Yeah.
like you know how George, like A Feast of Crows and A Dance with Dragons are technically happening at the same time, but they're split into two books. I didn't know if you guys
I
actually
haven't
knew
read
that.
those.
I didn't
Okay.
know that.
No, so yeah, those two books, all of the events, it's like what's happening in the north and what's happening in the south or something like that. And you kind of get some of that in the Wheel of Time, where it's like, yeah, there's 15,000 characters, so I can't go to every single one of them as much as, you know,
Yeah.
some people would probably like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of, I mean, that's another big standout for this book and probably this whole series, I would imagine, is the characters and how certain interactions happen and people end up together. I'm kind of going to the end of the book and trying to backtrack, but I would never have guessed in a million years that Min's story would end with her walking out of the tower with the stilled Amerlin seat and the stilled chronicler and Logan
And yeah.
And yeah,
And
bathed in glory in one of her visions, stilled
Oh,
as
yeah.
can be. I'm like, dude, he's him. What's happening?
The false dragon still bound for glory, like while he's been gentled. Like,
I forgot that even happens in this book. That's how much
me
happens.
too.
And that's huge.
That
That's
chapter
a
was
huge,
crazy, man.
yeah.
That chapter, I mean, you're just chill. Right when it started happening, I realized, dude, again, perfect writing from Robert Jordan. She's looking at these notes in this secret box that only she can open. She's like, I probably don't need to keep that in there, but I've kept it. And she's like reading them all, kind of committing them to memory. And the next thing you know, she gets taken down and stilled, and they don't have any of that information. And it's all information that would have been useful to the people who took over. Very good writing from Jordan.
Dude, that scene in the audiobook is insane. Like,
it is.
Because whenever what's her face, I can't remember her name off the top. Not Swan. Why can't I remember? What's
the
her
lady's
name? Yeah,
the narrator.
No. The her
Swan
second. No, Swan's second.
Oh,
Leanne.
Siwan?
No. That's Leanne. Yeah. When she gets, because she gets stilled with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the audiobook, like the way that Kate Redding does it, and because she like says they stilled me or something like that, dude, it's like you like feel how painful it must like, because they talk about like everyone just basically, you know, wants to like jump off a cliff after they get stilled or gentled. Like you feel it in the audiobook, and that is like a moment that like always sticks with me, because it just like the voice acting for the audiobook was so good.
Yeah.
Well, and the way he explains it so well, just how they can tell it's there but can't reach it. Like that's it's one thing to just not be able to reach it, but to feel its presence and not be able to access it when you were so powerful before is crazy. But I got to give it to, how do you say her name? The former Amerlin?
Swan Sanche.
Yeah.
Miss Sanche, dude. I mean, she's kind of cold, bro. She just got up and was like, all right, well, we got to just keep going. And I was like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
she's got
everything.
She's got that determination, which is crazy because it's so counterintuitive to what like she should be feeling as far as like being stilled.
Yeah. I like that he does such a good job, Robert Jordan, that is, of like it's third person, but it feels like first person, because all the like the POVs are so slanted to where like if you just take for face value like what's on the page, like it could be giving you something that's not accurate because you're solely viewing it through that character's POV. So like whether, especially when it comes to like guy girl interactions, where they're like, dude, Jesse and I talked about it because he doesn't. Well, I mean, how do you feel about Egwene now? I guess she's not as bad.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, Egwene's a little better because at least she's just locked in on what she's doing. It feels like Egwene's not really playing games at this point. She is still kind of annoying. The thing that really is annoying about Egwene, though, from this book, is when she goes to tell Rand that like she doesn't want him like in a romantic way.
This is what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rand in the chapter prior was thinking to himself, I've got to tell her that I just see her as a sister, but I don't want it to hurt her. And so you realize that both of these characters feel the same, but they're worried about hurting each other. And you get Egwene's POV when they're talking about it, and Egwene's like, oh, he's pretending to be so strong. I know this hurts him so bad. And I'm just like, dude, you're the worst, bro. Like, you're crazy. He's the dragon reborn. Have you not seen him shoot fire out of his sword, woman? Like, he does not care.
That's
But
what I'm
Nynaeve's
talking
the
about.
worst in this book, bro. She's
Oh,
terrible.
Dude,
so bad.
Nynaeve is
I cannot stand her,
so
bro.
brutal.
What
and
does
it-
Lan see in her, bro? What does he see in her? Tell me.
I don't know.
What's her backstory? We don't even. That's where we were trying to like. Why is she the way she is? Because I don't really remember. Like, are her parents dead? Like, I can't remember. Like, is there's some tragic thing that happened to where she has to be so tough and that like. I feel like there's something I'm missing because that's
She was
why
kinda
is she
like-
the way she is?
she was kind of like thrust into authority as the wisdom, right?
Mm,
And so that's
And
kind
she
of
was
where a lot
young,
of that.
right?
She was very young as the wisdom, so
Mm.
like a lot of it's coming from that. Where especially around the Edmondsfield like group, she feels like she needs to
Right.
protect them because that's the whole reason why she left the Two Rivers in
Yeah.
the first place. And it definitely is like the overbearing mother trope a little bit, even though she's like about the same age as them. I think maybe she's I
Right.
can't remember. She's maybe like a little bit older, but like
Yeah.
she is like this overbearing, like I'm right, nobody else is, things need to be this way because I know it's best. And part of that is because she was the town wisdom and basically,
Yeah.
I don't want to say their leader in a way because they have like the women's circle and all that stuff, but like
Yeah.
that's where I think a lot of that comes from for her. And it is extreme. She is such
It's
a frustrating
overblown.
character.
She's
is-
so frustrated. Jordan
she is
does go out of his
so
way though to point out what you're saying. He makes a point that like, oh, Nynaeve was just old enough to remember holding me as a baby and changing my diaper, whatever it was.
Mhm.
So he does make a point to indicate that's why. And he also there is a little bit of teensy weensy character development for her where I believe in the how do you say it, Mogideon?
Mogideon.
Mowgli?
I like Mowgli.
Mogideon?
Let's go with that.
When I think it's in the Mowgli scene where she admits like she's just afraid of the power.
Mhm.
So that is a little bit of character development. You understand, okay, she's kind of dealing with that as well. But anyway, I do think it's hilarious that she absolutely cannot use the power without just being pissed. And everybody else is just snapping their fingers and fires are being made. It's
But
hilarious.
it is also unfortunate though that you can see the like writing on the wall of like she gets to kind of be this a-hole, but then at the end of the day, like she's a little bit blocked off, but when she's not blocked off, she's clearly like a problem. And it's like, of course, she gets to be an a-hole, and then no one can if she's left unchecked, she can do serious damage. Like I honestly hate that so much because it's like, especially when she goes into Tellerandrial or however you say it,
Mhm.
and meets with the wise ones and like immediately is just like pressing the wise ones. And it's like, I mean, there's no respect. And they're lying about being Aes Sedai in the first place. And I know maybe that's like some of the, like why she's being like that. She's trying to act a certain way, but it's
Trying
like
to play the
Moraine
part.
can be douchey, but it's different. It's a different vibe. She's
It
just
is.
not. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate it. I hate the way it comes across. It's just so like snarky. But then she's also OP when she's unchecked. So it's like,
Yeah. But I've never had to suspend my disbelief more than when he does some scene between Lan and Nynaeve, and I'm supposed to believe that Lan loves Nynaeve, bro.
Yo, Lan's
I've
slick,
never had to
though.
be like, okay, yeah, for sure. She's
Lan's
awesome.
Lan's got some phrases he
He
throws out.
is.
Something about like I forget something about like his heart was like a barren wasteland, and she like planted a forest where
Mhm.
or something like that.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
he has
he
a
lays it
bar.
on thick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
He really does. He's like Aragorn and Shakespeare all mixed into one. And so I get
Yep.
why a woman would love him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, bro, Nynaeve of all people. That's crazy. And
It's
then the other one, we have Elaine. I'm trying to remember.
she's in Tanchico.
Yeah, she's in Tanchico just kind of doing her thing.
Well, they're looking
she-
for something that's supposed to be able to bind Rand, right? I
They
think
found
it's
it, yeah.
Leandrin. Is it
Yeah.
Leandrin?
Yeah, Leandrin and all the Black Aja have
This
that.
is where I get kind of mixed. So Leandrin is the Black Aja. She's like blonde haired, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then who's the person who was Queen Morghase's? Who overturned?
Elida.
So did Elida? Who
Dude, I
overturned
can
the
just tell
White
Elida's
Tower?
so bad, bro. Every time she walks by in the book, I'm like, dude, she's so bad. I can just tell, bro.
Tom needed that one. Oh no!
That's
We'll do a
great.
tier list of the baddest characters
I
in
love
Wheel
it.
of Time.
I love it.
So who overturns the White Tower though?
Elida.
Elida.
So it was Elida. So
Mhm.
but it's not confirmed that she's Black Aja. She's just doing that because she found out that Swan Sanche has. Or
Yeah,
wait,
so remember there's a little scene where her and that white Aja are talking about the fact that they're basically saying the Amerlin's been up to something for way longer, like she's been laying plans. And so they're basically insinuating that she's been trying to facilitate the Dragon Reborn stuff and not telling people
but
about
they
it.
released
right?
though. But I think they're being misled though, right? Because they released that she helped that other guy. I forgot his name. He's like the other dude who's.
I think that
claiming
was
dragon.
propaganda. I think they were
Yeah.
lying about that.
But that's what the Red Aja are actually doing, or the Black Aja are doing, right? So have the Black Aja deceived? I just lost her name.
Elida.
The girl who
Elida?
You know what I'm saying? Like, did she deceive them, and now she thinks that Swan Sanche is doing some Black Aja stuff, so that's why she brings down the White Tower, or is she? Does she know the whole Rand plan? Because I thought it didn't matter anymore because since he took out Kalendor, it's like kind of
Yeah,
cat's
but
out
I
of the
think
bag. They have to we got to.
I think there's
Rand
like
now
a
anyway.
foundational thing for the Red Aja that they're just not a fan of the Dragon Reborn prophecy and any man that can channel. So they don't really care. Am I understanding correctly, Tom? Like they'd rather just kill him and be done with it.
They definitely. So they
I
are
don't know.
they are like super against men channeling. I think
Right.
I'm trying to remember exactly on the prophecy. Like I don't think it's necessarily that they don't think that the Dragon Reborn is going to happen, but it's much more of a they would want to be in control of
Him.
what's going on and really kind of be like the puppeteers of the puppet. And at this point in the series, I think it's very much up in the air on whether or not Elida is or is not Black Aja. And I think it's supposed to be ambiguous at this point because you are just now kind of learning about some of the deeper politics of the White Tower with a lot of the stuff that's going on. And, obviously I know the answer, but like I think it's a fun thing that goes on in this book because you are questioning of like,
Right.
is this just two different political parties going at it inside the tower, or is she actually a bad guy?
She gives off bad vibes, but it feels different than Leandrin.
She does give off bad
so
vibes.
It feels like she's not Black Aja. I mean, way different.
I don't know if she's Black Aja, but she's definitely bad Aja.
She bad Aja, y'all. She is certified bad Aja. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. We are so much more respectable than this, I swear. Yeah. Good stuff.
So not to not lose too much about the what's going on in Tanchico with the item they are trying to find.
That seems important.
Just a little bit, right? The power to.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not making it to the ocean. They end the book by telling
that
was drop that in the ocean. It's not making it, bro.
Dude, I forgot about that, and I'm like, what a bad call.
Like, bro, what? Like, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, but it's insane to like because we saw the female equivalent, right? With the Shan Chan. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so now you have. It makes sense that there would be one for men as well. Obviously,
because there used to be.
Right. There used to be much more
male Ajas.
Yeah. Male.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense, and then obviously it makes so much sense that like if somebody has heard about this, why? Of course they want this to be able to capture the most powerful channeler that like has ever been. Like, oh my gosh, this is like super important.
Yeah. Let's just give half of it to a merchant, though. Take it. He said, I know the deepest place in the ocean. I would ask, well, how long is it going to take to get there? Like, what are the odds you get caught?
How many guards do you need? Like, should we all go? Like, this seems really important.
Let's take multiple ships and, like, keep it a secret. I don't know. But.
And just to clarify, this is the same guy from book 1 who, like, takes them down the river after after Matt steals the dagger from.
That's that Ta'Veren, bro. Pulling on them strings.
Yes, sir.
I guess he's not technically with any Ta'Veren, though, is he?
What's his name? Bail Domon?
Bail Domon. He talks weird. He be talking weird.
And that one girl likes him now who's Sea
I was just about to bring up Aegeanin, which I told Andrew the other day, Tom, the fact that there are 2 names in this book that start with the letters EG is ridiculous. Egwene and Eganin or whatever. But she's Shan Chan. But the thing I want to I understand that she was trying to meet Aes Sedai to see what they were really like. But it was revealed at the end of Dragon Reborn, but it didn't get touched on a whole lot other than with her character. I don't know if I fully understand the big OMG moment with them. Is it that the people who control the Domani are also channelers? And okay, but why? What is the big deal? Because they hate them?
In their culture, being able to channel is like really bad. Like you are like so like it's like the opposite side of the coin where in Rand
it's like Broken Earth, dude. What a derailing statement. My fault. Just that is kind of like that. N.K. Jemisin low-key stole that. But anyway, see Sean.
It's where so like the Aes Sedai are like these almost like angelic figures looked upon by the people, where like they're these altruistic, ultra powerful, like solve all your problems, like control world leaders kind of people. And then for the other side of that is they are literally slaves. And if you can channel, you are like the lowest of the low. And so it's like it's like a massive blow to like them, because the people who control them are like really thought of highly in their society. So the fact that they should not be, it's like it's society breaking. It's like I don't even have like a good like real world analogy for it. Like I'm trying to think of one, but
so like I don't know what the numbers are like per capita, how many controllers there are of Shan Chan, but like the insinuation would be that a large part of their society is keeping a pretty groundbreaking secret, right?
They don't know. They don't know. That's the reveal. They don't
even know themselves.
They don't know.
Because it's a different process. I think it's more people, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's if they're more attuned to the source, like naturally, I guess they'd be considered like wilders or whatever. They would be the ones who are getting Damani chained. Whereas the ones who just hold on to it are people who have like potential, but like they would never die if they were never taught. Is that right? Like as far as if we're comparing it to Aes Sedai.
No, because they don't even know that you can be taught. Because Gainon's whole revelation is like, oh, I can learn, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that her?
I think that's what that little thing, because they like make them hold it, right? They like go around and make everybody hold the thing to see if they could be the handler.
So they I can't remember exactly, but they see if the caller reacts or something like that.
That's what I can't tell, which is what you're saying, Jesse, too. Like, what's the difference between the test? Between the Damani test and the test where I'm holding the leash. Like, is that what you're saying, Jesse? Because I agree with that. Like, how are you catching the Damani to know that they need to be chained, but not catching the people if it's required to be able to use the power?
Yeah, and also I guess I didn't. So is there anything special about the ones that control the Damani? Like, what is special about them? I may have missed that.
They're just
weaker. And how did that not make a connection to them being able to channel?
So you have the Sul Dam, which are the ones who are like the slaves, and then you have the Damani that control them. The revelation is that the Damani can also could channel, right?
Got it.
They don't know that they could channel. The society doesn't know they could channel. If the society did know they could channel, it'd be like the end of the world, basically.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Understood.
Yeah.
Can't wait to meet the Empress, by the way.
Yeah, that whole world has not.
She's going to be a problem, I can tell.
At all. Like across the sea, we really still have no idea. What's going on.
Across the sea is
seems like a problem. I mean, that one dude showed up with like tattoos of something who's somehow a problem, but also somehow some version of a slave where he's like owned by. He's the one who comes to check in on Edgar and James or whatever her name is. You know what I'm talking about? The dude?
Mm-mm.
You remember him? He's like some guy who shows up from across the sea to make sure she's like doing her job. And I guess he could he's very powerful somehow. Like
he's like a Shan Chan coming to check on things.
Yeah, but he's like a part of the family because he's like a slave or something. He like shows some branding, which she's like, oh, no one would have the Raven on them unless if they like we're owned by.
Dude, I have
family
zero
outside.
recollection of that, to be honest.
I mean, it's just a whole
Yeah.
other layer.
That's
of,
one
like,
that slipped through the cracks for me.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's been 4
Oh.
years. I'm gonna give myself
maybe
a
it doesn't
pass.
matter then.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's like the Sean Chan are super interesting because it's just another example of Jordan being like, this is a big world and there's a lot of different stuff going on because it's so like it makes sense that it's so alien. They've been divided by a sea. It would be like when Columbus went to the New World, right? Like it's very like it's
Yeah.
different, right? Like that's
It's like when Julius
very different.
crossed the English Channel. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Let's see who are some characters we have not. I mean, we haven't really talked about Moraine much, but she does stuff, but she's really kind of in the background of this book. Like she just pipes in every now and then. Is like, Rand, are you gonna like let me give you some advice?
Right. It's it's just some political. I don't know what the right word
I mean,
is. but
she
there's just
goes
some,
to
like-
Ruidon, which
Yeah,
I
she
don't
does
know
do that.
why.
She does.
Why?
Well, yeah. There's no
Why does
comment
she do
on
that?
why or what happened. There's no
The
comment.
wise ones are like, oh, I think it's Amis or one of the wise ones, like accidentally leaks that she's supposed to do that because one of the wise ones has that like foretelling thing, and she's like says something about her at like Moraine asking for her to go before Moraine can ask, and then Moraine's like, all right, well I'm gonna ask now, basically, and then goes.
Yeah,
I think, but it's like why? But we still don't know why.
Yeah, because then the wise ones tell her like we can't tell you why or what could happen. Like
Yeah,
and they also made it clear like we weren't even supposed to say something to you. Now that we've said something to you, we have not seen a future where we say something. So now we definitely don't know what's going to happen to you. And then she gets naked and sprints through the desert. And goes.
There's a
and does
lot
the
of
thing.
scenes where women get naked in this.
Dude, Jordan went crazy in this book. There were a few times where I was like, brother, you need to calm down. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the amount of times that you're in Elaine's mind thinking about the tightness of the silk on her body and like on her dress, I'm just like, chill, Robert. Chill out, dude. I want to know what Kalendor does. All right, like chill out. Like, calm down, dog.
You do find out why Moraine goes. I guess I thought it was all in this book explained, but maybe it's not. But you do.
It might have been, Tom. Might have missed it.
Well, like I said, a couple of these books blend together, so maybe not.
Yeah. Another small victory for a previously not a character that I was not fond of. Aram, the Tinker, picks up the sword, throws away the leaf. What do we think about that, boys?
Steps on that leaf. I love it. He saves Perrin in the fight.
Dude, I mean, he follows Perrin around like a little wolf puppy. Like, does whatever he says. It's awesome.
Yeah. We haven't talked about that really. I mean, that whole... I
know, it's
what's
crazy
his face? Padden Fane, bro, is a problem. That man, look, obviously, I've only read to book 6. There's no way Padden Fane dies until the last book. Like, I'm gonna make a statement. There's no way he dies early. He can't. He's a problem. Like, I feel like he has to continue to be a problem.
He is a problem, but I feel like he's not as big of a problem as he thinks he is right now. Because a lot of his plans in this book were contingent on that other Forsaken, I believe, sending in all the orcs into the Shire. But it wasn't like he wasn't in control of it. He was like, why did he stop sending Trollics? Yeah, he's definitely a problem. I mean, he has like a band of men and a Fade with him.
And can he die? He's not human. He's Gollum like on X Games mode. You know, he's
I love that phrase so much.
X Games mode.
I love that so much. I do. I really do.
So does Andrew.
I mean, it makes so much sense when you say it. Like everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah, anyway, but the whole White Cloak thing got really confusing for a while, and I don't know if I fully understand what's going on yet, because there's so many of them that are, well, not so many, because what's his face, the guy who's there, what's his name in the Two Rivers, who hates Perrin, whose dad got killed.
Bornhold? Dane?
Dane. So you have Dane, but then you also have the other guy in who's a questioner, who's in Chanchico, who you've seen as a dark friend, and he's the one who Leandrin. God, what's his name? Joachim. I need help. The guy, the dude. The guy in Tanchico, he's also a white cloak, but he's like an inquisitor. He's like a different type, and he's a dark friend.
Boars.
Boars.
Yeah, dude,
Boars
you meet him once in the prologue of book 3, and then you see him at the end randomly in book 4. I was like, oh, my boy Boars, where you been?
Well, he was in Tome and Head though, wasn't he?
I mean, he might have been, dude. I mean, these
Yeah.
minor characters randomly popping up in
I was
a
gonna
dark
say
corner.
there's like 1,500 of them or something.
Yeah, dude. Like,
They're around.
But
yeah,
now that
they
Pat
know.
and Fane's integrated within them, it's like, what is their goal? Because it's supposed to be for the whole to kill dark friend things, but it's like,
Yeah, I feel like Pat and Fane's on his own line right now. Like, he's not working for the Dark One. He just wants to kill the 3 boys.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. Specifically Rand.
Yeah, the White Cloaks get interesting, right? Because obviously they want revenge on Perrin because he murdered one of them, like straight up. Like I understand a lot was going on when that happened.
yeah,
But
yeah.
So they
that's book 1 too, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, this is this just shows that, like, okay, the White Cloaks are this really complex thing that is going on in this world where they're trying to do what they think is right. They might have a twisted version of what is right, but like at the same time, like they do want to fight against the Dark One. That is their ultimate like goal. Even though, because we are watching the Emmonsfield 5, we see some of their flaws and the negative stuff that they're doing on top of it, like relentlessly going after Perrin, maybe not supporting the Two Rivers as well as they should because of that. But in the end, like they do put up, right?
Yeah. Which, speaking of the Two Rivers and like that, who is Lord Luke and Slayer?
He's Slayer, bro.
Well, who is that? What is that? What does that mean?
We don't know, bro. He just runs off after he gets got in the chest.
Bro, is he? I don't know why. I feel like he's a Forsaken.
Did he kill all the wolves, bro? Like, did we see the last wolf in the last book? Because they are not around at all.
They're only in the dream.
But he went in the dream. That's where he first saw Slayer. And he was like, there's no wolves.
Oh,
Where's Hopper, dude? He's supposed to be soaring like an eagle. I swear to God, dude, if Slayer shot Hopper out of the sky, I swear to God, bro. That would be crazy. But yeah, I mean, I said this earlier, but I want to hit on it again. Perrin so badly wanted to die in Emmonsfield. Like, he would not just stop thinking. He's like, I got to get hung. And I'm just like, bro, you don't want to at least try to like not get hung by the White Cloaks? He's like, no. He's like, let me marry Fael real quick though.
I mean, them getting married was out of nowhere. I feel like.
Yeah, dude, and bro, that's not good for Perrin. I'm telling you right now, Fael's not good for Perrin, bro. And
dude, you
like
don't...
book 1 or 2, Min saw Perrin, and he saw a falcon holding a chain around his neck. Am I remembering?
I thought he was just on his shoulder.
No, it's just on his shoulder.
It was on his shoulder.
I was about to
something
say,
around his
chain
neck.
around the neck is insane.
I don't remember. Maybe he's in chains, but there's a falcon on his shoulder.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, bro, he stepped into something he doesn't understand, bro. She's like the cousin of a queen, and then
she did come out of nowhere.
Perrin says to Perrin, like, "Do you know what marrying her means?" And he's like, "I gotta go get hung." And it's just like, all right.
I've got to die now.
But yeah, I don't know about her, dude. Like, I mean, it seems like she does love him and all, but dude, she's not cool. Like, dude,
bro,
going through the ways, that whole thing where she like tricks Loyal and she wants Perrin to ask to go with them. I was like, dude, this is the
I
want to
know if girls like this series, because there's not a lot of cool girls in this series, dude.
I mean, you got Elida, bro.
And Lanfear. I mean, dude, all the cool girls are bad. And
Lane, dude.
But I would be curious. Like,
I do like Elaine. I feel like Elaine's a really good character. She seems like really naive. I just realized Nynaeve's name is Naive with another N in it. But I like Elaine, dude. I feel like, like she's cool, bro. She feels like she does what needs to be done, even when she's scared.
Sanche, I think her character's interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because at this point in the series, I think, like, especially Nynaeve is just so unlikable. It feels like she does bring down some of those characters, but like, if you take a step back and like look at how this world has been built, like, women are at the top of the totem pole, right? Like they
Yeah.
are like the Aes Sedai are running everything, and so you do have like, and Moraine is maybe. I can see why people would like her and would not like her up to this point because she is very cold and kind of standoffish, especially early on. And you're like, hey, maybe if you gave them like a paragraph worth of information, they
Dude.
would like trust you a little bit. But I also get like they're a bunch of dumb farm kids, so like doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
like,
Dude,
yeah,
you're so right, man.
yeah,
You're so right.
yeah. So like, I
can't-
can see why, like there definitely are, and especially as the series goes on, there's like definitely characters that change and I think become,
Yeah.
ones that you could look
Pretty
at
sure.
for that.
Is it More Gaze? Maybe is this next book More Gaze? I remember liking a lot. I think she has some more page time. It's either this book or the next book. But I like
Better get
Moraine.
rid of that dude. I've
Lord
already forgot his
Gabriel?
name. I think it starts. Yep, Gabriel. You better
Lord
get rid of him,
Gabriel?
dude. He sounds like a problem. I like Moraine too, though. I mean, I would 100% agree with you, Tom, that if I'm in this situation, I would just look at Moraine and be like, "Are you seriously going to keep telling me to do stuff and not give me a lick of information? Like, come on."
I'm gonna be honest. I would do
I'm not
everything
gonna listen
Moraine
to you.
says. She's
mean,
never. When has she failed him yet? That's
No,
where
that's
I'm
true.
like,
By
That's
this point,
very
I
true.
agree. But like, think back to book
early
one.
on.
She's
She's
yeah.
like,
also bad.
she's everybody in this everybody in this series is hot. Like, just keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Dude,
Robert
Sorry to
Jordan
derail
had-
this, but I was
Robert
talking.
Jordan had no ugly people in mind for this series.
It's funny you say that, bro. I was just telling you about this, Tom, a minute ago when Andrew disappeared. I have a buddy that was watching the show, and I was trying to explain to him he just needs to read the books. And I was like, bro, just all the Aes Sedai, bro, are supposed to be bad. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, dude. And they're not in the show. So it's just funny you say that.
Well, it's like
Sorry.
anime. It just is like how anime is. There's not any ugly girls in anime. They're all just built in insane proportions, and that's just I feel like how Aes Sedai are naturally.
I will say there are some hilarious things to come in that fit into this section of the conversation. I don't want to spoil anything, but like there's some
Well, part
there's
of
some
it
stuff coming.
It's about to
is
be
that-
an ugly Sedai.
Not the
I mean, and
ugly
if there
stuff.
is one, dude, I can't wait to hear about it because the way Robert Jordan explains that
Oh.
one fat girl that's with the Tinkers, I mean, he talks about her looking past rolls on her face or something, and I was just like, brother.
he?
And that's
Really?
Lanfear. That is
Wow.
Lanfear.
No, dude, I'm talking about the merchant lady. He keeps talking about how she has rolls and stuff. I swear,
Yes.
bro. Oh, yeah, it was disguising
was
as Lanfear.
Lanfear,
Yes.
yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
it
but
even
I'm
funnier.
talking. Yeah, but I'm just talking about his descriptions, bro. I mean, I'm like, geez, dude, I get
He
it.
does not
She's
hold back.
big.
He's just a little relentless.
I mean, Lanfear's running around acting like a 400 pounder. It was wild, dude.
He did slide in there though. I forgot that was who that was. I knew that the Gleeman was Asmodene. That was one of the few things I did remember. But I
Is
feel
it
like
Asmodian?
Osmodian.
is that how it
Okay.
said? I mean, dude,
Yeah,
I
I
listened to
just
the
wanted to
audible
make sure
and I
that's
don't
who you
even
were
know.
talking about.
Who knows? But
Osmodian.
Barrelane. She's not even who I'm talking about. Lanfear, he kind of slides in with the fatty chick that she like has agile movement that doesn't really seem to make sense for her size, which I feel like was kind of the
Yeah, he was kind of tipping it off.
because
Like,
the obvious
these
look
kind of girls
was
don't move that quick. Something ain't right.
the obvious look was the other girl who's apparently super hot that Matt wants to get with. It's like, oh, of
Yeah,
course.
which
That's
by the
probably
way, dude,
Lanfear.
he dropped that coin he flipped, the gold mark, didn't he? Did Matt just inadvertently again connect himself to something the same way he did with the horn? Because remember when he says whether or not he's going to go down into the Superdome with the IEL, Matt's like, I'll flip a coin. And then he flips it, and it's that gold mark, and it goes down to those people. And earlier, Ascender, whatever her name is, the good-looking merchant girl or whatever,
I'll
said,
give you
or Lanfear, I guess, told him, if you give me a gold mark, you can have her. And then he dropped one down, and I feel like that. Am I picking up on something that was not put down, Tom? I wasted my time here.
Look, you got to run with your theories. I can't just give
Okay.
you all the answers.
Okay, so I think I
Well,
misinterpreted that.
well, he does know that he's supposed to the whole moon thing, daughter of the moons. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah, that's
marry
right.
someone, and then he's gonna die, and
Daughter of
then
the
be
nine
brought
moons.
back or something.
Have you ever heard of a moon?
Dude,
I can't believe we hadn't talked about what happened to Matt yet. That's just how it just shows how
Oh,
much
dude.
crazy stuff happens in this book.
Yeah, dude, he steps through another door frame and
Goes
Oh,
to
yeah.
a whole other dimension
He does it twice.
yeah.
twice. The Elfin and the Eelfin.
So
I
he,
mean,
wait, Jesse, have you recognized any changes in him since the second step through the door?
he has a hat. Or was
He
that
does have
after?
that.
He has a hat and
And he's got his bow staff,
his
What is that?
Ashendar
pole
He has
arm.
that was a wild
shake
motion.
weight?
I'm sorry
What was
about
that?
that. Yeah. the spear thing.
Yeah, the
that he
pole
does.
arm
That's
thing. Yeah.
the Ashendar or something like that is what they call
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That's what's on the cover of your
Ashendara.
book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Matt.
Yeah, pretty sick weapon.
Kitted out. And his
There's
next
He's been
nothing else.
talking more in Allahu Akbar, whatever
Yeah.
the language is called. He's been hitting those like crazy.
Yeah.
And he's starting to be able to like read it. I mean,
think
I
it's
have no
more the
idea
next
what's going on.
No,
Is there
no,
something I didn't pick up? Okay.
Well, no, I mean it's something I picked up, but it's only because of later books. I don't think.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
probably
I
wouldn't
don't-
have picked it
That's
up either.
cheating, Andrew.
At
Sorry.
this point, like you're like something happened to Matt. I wonder what it is. Something.
Yeah.
And Matt's just the same about everything. He's just like nothing happened. I'm
Well, because
fine.
all of it was about
Every
the
time
memories.
something bad happens.
He just wanted to have his memories filled, and it's like in the
Yeah.
moment that seems like a good thing to ask, but then it's
Now
like,
he did say that like he wanted to be done with the Aes Sedai, and they were like done. I mean, what does that mean? You know,
I could tell
I can't
you
even remember what his other
that
demands
it's
were.
to fill his memories.
What was the third one?
I don't know, because he thought it worked differently. He
What
didn't
was the third
realize
one?
that he got like what he was asking for. He was
Yeah, he thought he was supposed to be asking questions, but he was making demands, and they just kept saying done.
Yeah.
he's like,
But he thought he was supposed to ask questions, and he doesn't catch on until he's made 3 demands. And you're just like,
Yeah.
all right, dude.
it's over.
Good
Just like
job.
the first door, where he didn't
But
catch
you can't
on.
go back in this one either.
Yeah.
But then he walks into that one, and then Rand and Moraine walk out, and again, it's just like, Moraine, why don't you tell people what's going on? Like, come on.
I will say having supreme luck is honestly such a sick superpower. In my like, not that it's superpower, but you know what I mean. Like that's such a cool ability to just
It's like
have good
Domino.
luck.
Domino. Yep.
Oh, is that
Mhm.
is that already a thing?
It's a comic
Some-
book character.
What? She's an X-Men. Right.
She's an X-Man. She's in Deadpool. Deadpool 2.
Oh, it's
I
a
think,
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Zazie Beetz.
I haven't
Pretty
caught
sure
a
she
single
doesn't wear
reference
deodorant.
yet in any of these. She doesn't.
Yeah, I think one time she said she doesn't wear deodorant. I don't know why I have that piece of information in my mind.
That's an
Sounds like
interesting
something
one.
Nynaeve would
That's
do.
an interesting one to
It
keep locked
does.
in up there.
It does, dude.
So did we miss anything? Are there any characters? I mean, we haven't really talked about Tom Maryland. Elaine makes that connection, which is cool. When she's hammered, which that scene was really funny. When she's drunk and like is approaching him and starts to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some very funny like drunk scenes in this series, so that's not the last one you'll get.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
I feel like we know where more of the Forsaken are. Like they've been actually name dropped on where they're at.
They're out. Is Ballsman dead? Did he die in the last book? Actually,
I think he did.
or
She
we not?
mentioned
Tom's not going to answer.
he's
Uh,
dead. But
I'm gonna.
I think Lanfear said something about him pretending that he was.
Well, he's not the
God.
dark one, bro. We
Yeah,
know
she
that.
said he was pretending, which makes I think what you were onto before.
Yeah, which, dude, another thing we haven't talked about is Gowan, bro. And we
Yeah.
never saw Galad.
Galad, yeah.
Like, we never saw what happened to him, but I mean, we knew something was coming from what men's little visions. But, dude, you couldn't even tell what side he was on. But, like, people were running to him and, like, following him into battle, and I was like,
Bro,
is
he
bathed in
unfortunately
glory as well?
Well, he killed the 2 guys that were his like leaders because they were trying to
Yeah, those
support
2 warders.
Sanche.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's
Killed
all
the
about-
Amerlin Seats
he's a-
warder.
He's all about order and like following the rules to the letter.
bro,
But
man,
okay, Gowan or Galad, bro? Which one is the one who always
Galad.
does right? It's Galad.
Bro, I
It's
couldn't
Gowan.
tell you.
it's Gowan. It is Gowan. That's who lets them go, and that's why it's important.
That's who lets them go. But is he the younger one or is
No.
Galad the?
He's the older one. Galad is like the funnier, like cooler one.
I think you have it backwards. I
No, we did this
swear.
last time, and I said, "Oh yeah, you're right. It is switched." And then I went back and looked, and I was like, "No, that doesn't make sense. You
Yeah,
had
but
it
you're
right."
you're the reverse. When the way I had it the first time was that Gowan was the younger one, and Galad is the older one that always does right, and everybody swoons after him.
Well,
And Gowan's the younger one that's actually
let
a
me open
blood
up the
relative
glossary. I'm
of
telling you right
Elaine.
now.
I mean,
Gallant.
Tom. What? Come on, I feel like
I
you know
don't.
the answer.
I don't remember.
No,
Yes,
I
you
know
do.
the
I swear I do not. I do. Look, I knew who they were when I read it, and because of what they were doing, but like I do not.
I mean, that
remember
does
off the
not
top.
help. What a terrible.
I mean, I can't look it up.
No,
I
you
can't.
can't. No.
You don't have the thing in the back.
You
of
know
your
the
book?
two characters. Oh yeah, we do have a glossary.
It says
You know
Queen
the two
Morghase's
characters we're
son and
talking
Elaine's
about.
brother.
Yeah, I
who
mean,
will
I
be
know
the
the
first
characters
prince
you're
of the
talking about.
sword. His sign is the white boar, Gowan. See Damadrid. This is great for.
I can't believe I just spelled his name right. That's actually insane for me. Like the fact that I just spelled his name correctly.
Tricand, right?
Bro, you are right.
Yeah.
See,
Tricand.
Gowan's the younger one. See, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bro. Galad, the one that wants to do right, is the one that men saw clothed in white. He's gonna die or something, and
Well,
Gowan's
Galad
gonna
is the
be upset
younger
about it.
brother. They have the same father. He's not the one that's like that.
Oh my god, dude, we're never gonna figure this out.
Bro, you're right. I mean, wait.
So
Where am
no,
I?
Gowan is the oldest.
Yes. He's the one
Yes.
who likes order, and he's the.
Okay,
Look,
so
there's
let's go back to the original scene when Rand crosses over the hedge thing and falls into the courtyard or whatever, and he
Uh-huh.
first meets Elaine. It's
Uh-huh.
Elaine and Gowan that are together, and then Galad is the one that shows up and is like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you shouldn't have this youngster in here. He doesn't have a hall pass or whatever."
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Yes.
hilarious.
So
Yeah.
Galad is the one who always wants to do right, correct? The one that literally men and everybody else says he will do what's right no matter what. He will do the right thing. That's Galad, right?
Galad, yes. He's the half brother. He's the one. They have the same father.
And Gowan's a full.
And his
He's
sign is a
Morghase's
winged
daughter,
silver
son.
sword, point down. Apparently, surely
that
that's
doesn't
not
help me at
spoiler.
all.
Gowan, yes, is the full brother, and his sign is the white boar.
Okay, see, so I had it right. So Gowan was the one that men in her vision saw like
So why
bloody
did
and
he
pissed
do that?
off.
Then? Because he's not the rule follower. Why would he kill people following Swan Sanche?
Well, remember his mom right now is like against the Aes Sedai, so I assume he's just going with the law and what his mom is saying.
I guess that makes sense as
And
to why.
Elida is Morghase's Aes Sedai, so maybe he's more inclined to follow Elida because of that.
Because Galad probably wouldn't have let them go, like at the gate.
No, that's exactly. Galad would not have done that.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. See, all right.
There we go.
Bro, two
all
G
coming
names
together.
is
So
from-
Galad's gonna die, is what I'm getting at, based on what men has seen. He's gonna die a terrible death. I'm ready.
And he's the one who they both like Egwene, but Galad is the one that's like super hot that all the girls like.
They both.
I think they're both hot, but I
They're
think
both,
Galad is like the one that women just cannot handle themselves around.
Yeah.
And I think it's also because he's like so good and virtuous that like that's a whole other thing. Whereas Gowan's kind of like, cracking jokes.
Yeah. I wonder who gets Egwene.
Dude,
I don't even know.
I hope she doesn't get anybody. But I mean, what else is there?
She gets the sword.
We didn't talk much about Avienda, but she's super dope. I like her. She's my favorite of Rand's hoes for sure.
You think Rand giving that bracelet means anything? Because I got a feeling it means a lot.
It definitely means a lot to their culture. I think Rand did not think it meant as much as it did.
He has no idea.
That's classic Rand.
Yeah, of course.
Just making moves without even knowing it. Just securing another female onto his chassis. I mean, he's just got a stable at this point. He does.
Not stable, dude, bro. They're people.
Min has
Andrew.
the three people, but then I mean, where's Lanfear in that? Because I don't know. I got a bad feeling.
I don't think Lanfear is one of the three that she sees.
She's not.
I don't think Lanfear would ever share him. She wants Luce there and all that.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, surely Rand never falls for Lanfear.
I mean, he fell for Lanfear the very first time he met her.
Yeah, Celine was like had Rand, so
Yeah, dude. And
that's
even now, bro, he literally looks at her and is like, that's a Forsaken that's probably gonna bring upon doom, but she's a woman. I just
Well,
can't.
And
It's
this is
like,
what I
bro.
kind of like about what Robert Jordan's doing is that Lanfear is obviously the bad guy, and Moraine is clearly like, we don't know if she's fully good guy, but she's more good guy vibes. But Lanfear says, not maybe exactly, but word for word, she seems like Rand almost trusts Lanfear more than Moraine because Lanfear is like just straight up telling him what she wants to do, whereas Moraine, he's not telling her. So it's kind of this weird dichotomy that he actually trusts Lanfear seemingly more than he trusts. Because, I mean, he was not even shocked when Lanfear shows up.
Yeah. I mean,
like at the end, that is.
Yeah.
But.
And it does make sense because he's trying to get to. I mean, it's like the seed is laid in the last book that he has to find a man to teach him how to control his power. So
right.
I didn't pick up on that at all. When he sees her as a blur in his dream, or he sees Asmodean as a blur.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea what to think. I was like, is that Boss Man? Is he still alive? But it wasn't. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, did anything else happen that we haven't discussed? Any big moments? Talked about all the characters pretty much. I feel like, dude, where is Elias, bro? Where is Elias?
Yeah.
Tom, just tell me, bro. Am I going to see Elias again? I don't like when you just do it like that. I don't like it. I don't like when you only nod your head. Because it's like you're saying yes, but you're not gonna like it. That's what it feels like.
Who do you want?
Oh,
more
dude,
of?
getting to see Tam again was awesome, bro. Tam's the man, dude. I like Tam a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's so real, man.
There's some good dads in Emmons Field. Why did the show make Matt's dad a loser when he's not a loser? I mean,
why did they give Perrin a wife that he murdered on accident?
Immediately murders his wife. That they
no. He's in full X Games mode and ends his wife's life on the slopes. I mean, you find out like the name of, which doesn't mean anything to us, just a name and the drop of names, but you find out like confirmed like who Rand's mom was, and I thought that was cool that the Spear Maidens like kind of rally to Rand, kind of in honor of his mom. And they kind of do the same thing with Avienda when they think that he's given her a gift out of a romantic gesture. So, dude, the Spear Maidens are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind 10 of those guarding me wherever I went.
My boy's trying to play Maiden's Kiss. Or whatever it's called.
What is it called? Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Spear Maiden's Kiss. I think.
It's something.
Or the Spear's Kiss.
Something like it's something with spears and
kiss my spear.
I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is I think this might be. Is this the first book where we get a bubble of evil?
Oh yeah, at the very beginning.
Yeah, yeah, dude, at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's right. It reminded me of the dirty bubble from SpongeBob.
The brown bubble. That's the exact same thing I would think of too.
Just rising up from the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's just like a cool random thing that this world has, that like every now and again stuff just gets really crazy because bubble evil.
Yeah.
It's just, bubble evil because this world's kind of falling apart at the seams. There's, some weird dimensional stuff going on. And
yeah.
Also, is this the book where there's a scene with a little girl
who dies and he tries to save her?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he tries to just.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part. That part was sick, dude. Sickening.
Dude, that is one of my favorite. Like
I can't believe I forgot that, dude. That was such an intense scene.
Because so much stuff happens in this book. It's impossible.
It really is, dude.
That's like the very beginning. That's
very early on. It's before they.
Because that's the Gray Man. That's where he fights like a million versions of himself.
That's when he brings down the lightning too, bro. We forgot all about that. Yeah. It was such a sick scene.
Because that's like the first time, like not the first time, but like you get like this massive display of power from Rand, and it's just like, oh, this is the level that we could be like getting to. Like this is like a small glimpse of like the power escalation that is going to be happening. And then like the fact that it's like heartbreaking that he's trying to save this little girl, and it's just like,
That was terrible.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
we
so
didn't talk
tough.
about Brigitte.
Oh, she's in the okay. She was gonna be
Yeah,
some
that's right.
yes,
Yeah.
the hero from the stories.
Yeah, she's like one of the ones that's like she's akin to like Arthur Hawking, right? Arthur
Yeah, she would be
Hawkwing.
somebody like
She'll
that.
get
Yeah,
spit back out as
Yeah.
a something.
a hero
As a
of
dirty
the
bubble.
horn. Yeah,
Hopefully not as a dirty ball.
Clean bubble.
yeah. Man, so much happens in this book. That is insane.
So
that all
much.
of that is in this book. Because I there are multiple things that we talked about that happened in this book that I thought took place over like the next 2.5 books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because where do we end with everybody? Because Rand in crew, he now is back. He
came back after fighting
Breaking the
Asmodean.
He Ubered back to wherever, and now
he broke the IEO. Oh yeah, another thing is there's going to be a lake now where Rudian was, and he was like envisioning a city or a village gathering around it because water's so scarce in the waste. So that'll be cool to see. I don't know how long that'll take. Yeah, you leave Rand
I think they're
there.
about
He
to be
just
on the
gets
move.
back.
Though. Like the rest of the crew, they're like, all right, what are we doing? And so now Rand and crew is about to go do something.
Well, and like a fourth of all the Aiel just left while he was
Mhm.
gone. So he's lost some followers. Lots of people have lost faith, and some people just hate him, like Couladin. Where do the girls end? Where did Nynaeve and Elaine end? What's the last thing that happens?
They grab the girl from the palace, and then
That's right.
she fights Mo Gideon.
That's right.
She gets away though.
Oh, quick question. With the battle with Mo Gideon, is there like a really powerful magic that gets used in this book that we haven't seen before?
I feel like there's a lot that goes on. I can't remember.
Are you talking about? You're not talking about Balefire, are you?
I am talking about Balefire.
Yeah.
So it got used for the first time in the last book.
Okay. That's right.
But
Moraine used. Okay, yes. Yeah.
But a girl has a rod in Tanchico that she can use that Balefires.
Mm-hmm.
And Rand was shooting some kind of fire out of his sword. I don't know if it was of the
Well,
Bale
that's the thing.
variety, but
He doesn't know what Balefire is, so it's like it's clear
Maybe
it's
he
got to be
did.
Balefire because you know what I mean. But you're getting it from his POV, so he's not like this is Balefire. It's like this is molten lava darkness.
Because we still haven't really gotten like the big talk about Balefire, have we?
No, we still. I mean, it's been mentioned, but I don't think there's been a huge discussion about
right?
why it's not allowed. Because Moraine says, and when she first uses it, she insinuates that there's basically an agreement. Nobody uses Balefire.
Yeah.
Like nobody does that because she's worried someone's going to discover she did it when she first uses it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tanchico, they have the little black and white yin yang that keeps the dark one locked away.
The discs.
Mm-hmm.
They also have the guy Joker for Rand. But where did they leave the city? I can't remember because they didn't catch any of the Black Aja. Well, they got like some of them in the crossfire, but they didn't catch like Elida or anything. I think
Leandrin.
Or Leandrin, yeah. I can't remember what they were doing though. I can't remember if they were leaving or not.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think they are planning to leave because they told what's his name to take one half of the project out to the ocean.
I think they're going back to the tower actually because she's like, "Oh, we need to take this disc back to the tower." But yeah, then he's like, "Oh yeah, you can just take
get run up
really
on if they
important
do that.
and throw it in the ocean."
Yeah, and then I guess the third one is you just see Min and her crew dipping out,
and then Perrin and crew.
Oh yeah, Perrin. I could see not seeing Perrin for a little bit just because it would make sense that there's going to be the aftermath of them recovering and maybe not too much to go over, which would be nice. But I hope Perrin gets a little vacation.
If anyone deserves it, it is Perrin.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I was trying to Google to see what like books Perrin isn't in, and I started and it's just massive Wheel of Time spoilers. Like the first one is like a book 11 spoiler.
Oh no, dude.
You can't trust anything these days. But there was a kind of a touching moment with Perrin once because Fael, he sends her away, but then she actually goes to get help, and then it ends up being that cool little battle scene where He's
Yeah.
like looking up at Fail, but then there's that moment where like some kid comes up that has the same last name, and he calls him
Mhm.
cousin, and then he's like talking about like, hey, tell your kids and tell your kids' kids, and now he's like looking around because for a while like he took those deaths like very hard, like whenever his little crew that he was getting to gather up, like when they got ransacked by the Trollics.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see he kind of flipped the script and had hope again, or like seeing
Yeah.
kids being able to prosper. But
Mhm.
where did Trollics come from? I know it's like like I know it's just the fodder, but like, are they being made somewhere? Are they like
They were once elves.
orcs? I thought so.
You'll learn.
We do learn.
You do learn, yeah.
Because I mean, there's got to be a massive factory
You do
because they're
learn about.
getting
You learn
absolutely
about. Yeah,
slain.
you learn about some of that stuff. Man, that might be like the last book of the series. Actually,
Wow.
I mean, what
It's
a
late.
wild thing to leave till the end. The Trollics.
I'd imagine it's pretty important, and that's why can't drop that one on
I mean,
us
they've
too
got to
soon.
be Ogiers, right?
it's late, so
They're just Ogiers with Down syndrome. It's like just some crazy twist we never saw coming. I mean, that would be insane.
They were elves once,
They were-
but they were born with. That's crazy. That is crazy, dude. Tom, we can blur you out this whole episode if you want.
He's just a dark shadow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? We just put a voice.
Every time we say his name, it's like when Dalinar hears his wife's name, it's like shh.
uh,
Good
Well,
times.
I think unless y'all have something else, I think that's The Shadow Rising.
Mhm.
Great book, favorite in the series so far for me. One of my honestly, I told Andrew earlier today, Tom, this is one of my favorite fantasy books I think I've ever read.
that's awesome. Like, I'm glad because when we were texting earlier and you said how much you liked it, I was thinking about like how I had it lower in my rankings. I was like, man, if he's like this into this series, like how like I don't see how this isn't like an all timer for you. So like the whole series, I mean,
Yeah.
so,
I was saying the
can feel
same.
it, bro.
I was
Yeah.
so nervous. I was so nervous to try and get Jesse to read this.
But it's
Like-
funny, Andrew, because years ago you told me, like after we really got into Stormlight, you were like, dude, I'm pretty sure if you read The Wheel of Time, you would like it even more than Stormlight. And
Yeah.
it hasn't surpassed like Adolin in book 5 levels for me yet, but I could definitely see it. I mean, there's 10 books to go, so I could
Oh, it
definitely
will.
see it. Yeah.
Well, that's
I
the
can
crazy.
imagine.
It's like we're 4 books in, and it feels like an investment that we've made this year. But I mean, 10 books left is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You want to make
So,
any
yeah.
bold predictions? Who do you think's the first POV character to die? Do you think any POV characters die?
I feel like POV characters. I feel like someone's gonna have to die. I almost want to say Moraine for some reason. Like I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like Moraine could die. But I don't know. I can't really see any of the other POV characters really dying at this point. You know?
Yeah.
Why are you what?
Nothing, dude. I didn't even say anything. I don't know who I think is
Is that
going
my
to die.
confirmation that Moraine is gonna
No,
die?
I don't know,
soon?
dude. I've only read the next 2 books, dude. I have no idea.
All right, so in the
But-
next 2 books she dies. Got it.
I just know. I don't think he's going to kill anyone. That's my vibe. Because I feel like no one's really died yet. Except, is it book 1? We have that one guy die from, or maybe it's book 2. The dude from Where Land's From, who ends up actually being a dark friend, but then like wants to kind of repent.
Oh
I forgot
yeah,
his
I
name.
think that was book 2. I think it was the Great Hunt.
Yeah, it's
Into
the Great Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than him, it's like, who's died? You know, like it is not
Parents,
just
family.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that.
They died.
Yeah.
I mean, major character, but it to me, I feel like I can't even make that prediction because we're 4 books of 14 in, and I feel like it's too early for a series this big for a huge character to die. I feel like someone like Loyal could die, bro. That's something I'm scared of,
no,
if I'm being
dude, I
honest.
could see that too. That does
That's
seem
something
like
I'm worried about. Just
yeah.
because he's so lovable, bro, it would make sense that you get
I
your
guess
heart torn out with that.
Tom kind of died. Which I
Tom
mean, he
Maryland?
didn't. Yeah, remember he like died for a
Oh
second.
yeah, they just didn't know what happened to him with that fade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
could see
think
Tom dying because it's
I can
that
see
level
Tom
of
dying.
Julian Sandar.
Not POV, but definitely see
Yeah, I
Tam
guess we're not.
dying at some point. I just feel like that. I feel like that's just gonna. He's marked for death by being a great father in fantasy. He's marked for death.
Bro, I could see Lan dying.
Hopefully before he gets married to Nynaeve, so he doesn't have to go through that. I mean, the big question to me is, does Rand die? Like, I want to know if the Dragon Reborn dies in the end.
Oh, it
But
has to be
obviously,
deep.
we got a ways to go.
Well, you know he makes it to the end because you've seen the cover of him literally
Well,
holding.
I know he makes it to that book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would make. I mean, I figured he'd be throughout the whole series, but I don't know, man. Maybe Perrin goes towards the end. I don't know. I feel like he's the type of character to die, to fall down on the sword for everybody else. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think we're getting a major character death too soon, unless it's Moraine or Loyal. I could see one of them going. I don't know why, bro, because it feels like the series would be missing something without Moraine. But at the same time, I feel like it could happen. Why are you laughing, dude? He's just confirming it. You're terrible.
I can't do anything, dude. I'm sorry. I can't remember what I was gonna say, dude. I had something super funny I was gonna say.
Well, if you're still here, we don't know why, but we appreciate you listening to this episode of The Wheel of Tom, brought to you by It's Lit Book Reviews, brought to you by Bankruptcy, www.bankruptcy.com/It's Lit Book Reviews. Get 20% off your bankruptcy. We'll see you next time.